it. Watch me. I got it. Hey!
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show, January 21st, 2011. It's the launch of the V for Victory campaign. Download your flyers now at prisonplanet.com. Now, we've got the Google search terms for today, and these are the terms that will push our article on this V for Victory campaign right to the top of Google Trends, which will then make other news publications, blogs and websites write about this campaign. It gets it out to the wider internet audience that goes beyond our own websites. Here are the Google search terms. You are the resistance. You are the resistance. That's number one. Number two, occupation of America. That's occupation of America. Google search term number three is V for victory. That's V for victory. Hit Google with those terms over the course of today, and inevitably, as they always do, they will rise to the top of Google Trends, and not just our websites, but anybody else who chooses to write about the campaign will get the traffic, and more people will find out about this V for Victory campaign. Now, what's the reaction going to be? You saw the reaction with the Obama Joker poster campaign, which was basically blind panic, which shows you how afraid of the people joining together and simply asserting their freedom the establishment really is. By putting these V symbols everywhere, it becomes a potent display of our power, our effectiveness to influence the collective unconsciousness and literally change minds and society for the better. Homeland Security does it. If it was worthless and had no effect, why are they putting telescreens in Walmart? Because they're trying to coerce obedience out of people. They're trying to change society for the worse. We're going to use the exact same tactics, but in the spirit of freedom, in the spirit of the French resistance. And there's another reason why V for Victory, why our campaign is infinitely more powerful than theirs, than see something, say something, snitch on your neighbour. And it's because our approach is based on the solid bedrock of historical resistance to tyranny. You know, it's based on everything that America is supposed to stand for. Their whole approach is based on a contrived fraud that through endless repetition and mind control, they've hoaxed millions of Americans into believing. You know, just like Reds under the bed or weapons of mass destruction. And that is, of course, the fear of terrorism. Now, I routinely refer to the report of Ohio University's John Mueller, who wrote a white paper called A False Sense of Insecurity, in which he writes, quote, "For all the attention it evokes, terrorism actually causes rather little damage, and the likelihood that any individual will become a victim in most places is microscopic." And I compiled a list several years ago in this article of some things that are more likely to kill Americans than terrorists, okay? Here's a little list for you. And this is why the DHS fear campaign is completely ridiculous and debunked on the face of it. Peanut allergies every single year kill more Americans than terrorists. Accident-causing deer every single year kill more Americans than terrorists. Of course, the deer could be with Al-Qaeda. That's yet to be confirmed. Okay, drowning with swimming pools. All of these things individually cause more deaths of Americans per year than any act of terrorism per year, on average. Okay, lightning strikes kill more people, more Americans than terrorists. Yet, we don't live in constant fear of accident-causing deer and peanut allergies and drowning in swimming pools. There aren't constant announcements at Walmart about the Al-Qaeda deer coming to kill us all. Yet they always claim more lives than terrorists. And what's even more ludicrous about how the DHS exploits this fear, which is completely contrived and a massive hoax, is that in the most recent PSA about, you know, terrorists targeting hotels, They even go to the lengths to point out that, you know, Martha's 5-bedroom bed and breakfast out in the middle of nowhere is also a primary target for Osama bin Laden. You know, good old Martha's more likely to get struck by lightning than she is killed by a terrorist. Yet they come out with this ridiculous assertion that people's little B&Bs are going to get targeted by bin Laden, which is why Americans need to report on their neighbours. So the very foundation of it is a mass hoax. We'll be back.